Hey folks, I'm Misha, I'm alone. Welcome to Inside BFG, episode 11 this year. So we're also counting the ones we don't do. Yes, let me see who's watching. Okay, we are live on Twitch, we're live on Facebook as well. So if you have any questions, just talk to us via the chat. And right now we are waiting for Elena. She's here, no worries. And we're waiting for Onuhan. He's a new hire, he's our new development director. And we wanted to introduce him properly to you guys. Right, let's see. What are the news from the studio? We are working actually on call it DLC, call it add-on, call it experiment. We're working on a little Rogue Stormers experiment. So Schmitty and Vincent, two of our game designers and level designers, have been tasked to play around with the tools we have at hand, and also with the content we have in the game to create something new. And right now they're doing just that. It's day three of the experiment, and what shall we do? And Onuhan is here. And yeah.
Just come on, and then you're
Yeah.
screwed.
So I'm just
You're coming along
Yes.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Where's the camera?
the camera is
There.
Hi. Hello everyone.
So
Go ahead.
I was just talking about the Rogue Stormers experiment we do. Where was I? Don't know. Okay. We're not sure where that experiment will lead us, but we're quite sure that we document the progress the two make every day, and if there is something in the end, we will publish it to Rogue Stormers, right?
Yes, that's the idea.
Cool.
That is the idea.
So
Ask away.
ask away. So tell your name is
Onorhan.
Onuhan, and you are our new.
I'm the development director.
Okay, what does a development director to do?
Okay, so I usually like this particular example. It's if this was a factory,
Mm-hmm.
right? We would have assembly lines. You would have your raw goods coming in from one end and like your output, your product to sell coming out at the end. I'm the guy that kind of makes sure that all the lines are working and they're not on fire and that they are pretty much functional to the effect of success.
All right.
If people are happy while doing the same, while just working, it's an added bonus. In the gaming industry, because this is my previous industry. So in the gaming industry, I'm very lucky to work with people who actually love what they like to do. So the happiness usually happens at the end of a milestone delivery when we have something that's working as intended.
That's always a good thing.
Yes.
But yes, you're right. There's a lot of heart. People in this industry. So you've been in the gaming industry. Where have you been before?
So I'm actually a bit of a recent entry into the gaming industry. I've just been working in gaming for the last almost exactly 7 years now.
Recent.
Well, I am 37 after, but I know I don't look it.
Not even a third of your life.
True, but yeah, the first 10 years don't really count. You go to primary school, you learn how to speak and whatnot. It's just so before gaming, I was what we called a project executive in the energy business.
Right.
I loved it. It was like the last company I worked in that industry was like 250 people. It was basically an actual production plant. And unlike gaming, you wouldn't believe when your boss asks you, "Oh, how is this project going?" In that industry, you can go, "I will take you to the warehouse and say, there, it's shipped," or like, "There, it's broken, it exploded." I worked in an industry where things exploded or imploded. It's called a pressure vessel. If you're really, really into it, look it up. And before then, I worked as a stockbroker.
A stockbroker.
Yes.
Okay, that's a shifting gears.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm a my main education is economics. I didn't want to work in a bank directly, and I was in New York, so they said there's a lot of opportunities to be made in
Sure.
in brokering. So I always say I found out in 1 year time that I wasn't fit for that job. The mindset, the way you work, the way you interact with people is just not really
Okay.
for me. What are you doing?
I'm looking at the chat because usually they have questions.
By the way, there are 3 screens here.
Yeah.
All 3 screens have me and them on them, but they're like differently timed.
Yes.
So it's like I'm looking into a window into the past.
No, that's the.
This is present.
This is the,
This is the,
this
the
is
most
the
present you can get to,
Yeah,
yes.
because that's the live feed directly from the camera.
Okay.
And
this is
this
Facebook?
one is Facebook. It's about 10 seconds behind,
Oh yeah.
and that one is Twitch, and it's about 15 seconds behind.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at them again, and it's gonna repeat for you in different times. It's technology.
Oh, technology, and it's if we would activate the sound, it would be
Even worse.
even worse.
Okay.
Don't.
Don't know it was really time loops and everything.
All right.
Yeah. So, okay, you needed only 1 year to find out that stockbrokering is not
Yeah.
for you.
Well, I did buy a car. I lost. It was very intense because one thing. How old are you?
30?
How old are you?
45.
Okay, he will know. So this happens in like 2005. So smartphone
Mm-hmm.
exists in the form of either a very high-end but still not so smart Nokia or like a BlackBerry.
Oh yeah, the N7.
Yeah. So the touchy smartphones don't exist. So you leave work, you go home, and then you, as you cook, you watch NBC or CNN, things like Smart Money, etc. Because
Mhm.
you have to be still absorbing information. Because I was also a rookie when I first started, so that became very tiring.
Okay.
Every day coming into work and looking at a screen with like red flags and green flags and your portfolio, your gains, it becomes a numbers game, and after a while I realized it wasn't fit for me at all because there's no creativity. The human interaction you make is with the customers via the phone most of the time,
Okay.
which is pretty impersonal, and you always push for selling,
Yeah.
which is also not my thing either.
Okay. So there actually is a question. Anomaly asks on Twitch, hi, who's your friends? So this is Elena. No, we have our new dev director as guest in this episode. Onuhan and
Jazz hands, bro.
Jazz hands. And you started 2 weeks ago, roughly.
I
No,
did.
1 week, 1.5 weeks.
The first meeting notes I have received were on the 7th, so that makes
10
it's
days.
about 1.5 business weeks.
All right. So really new hire.
Yes,
And
indeed.
yeah, we're talking a bit about him, about what he did in the past, what he does here. Oh, one typo, and he makes me suffer for it right away. Yes, I do. You're welcome.
Is it okay? It's like an inside joke. Is it not?
No, he said friends.
Oh, okay,
I'm here every week, so
Yeah.
they know me.
okay. Alright.
So, all right. So, but But then you went to the energy into the energy business, and 7 years ago you went into games. So where did you start? What was your first company?
I was in Istanbul at the time, and one of the high school friends of my best friend said, "Hey, we have this game translation thing that needs to be done. Would you like to do that?" I said, "Yeah, sure," because it keeps you. I always kept on translating stuff from English to Turkish, etc. In a week's time, I realized it's called localization. So in the game, when it's a green apple, or for an American or like a Western game, it would be a Granny Smith apple. So you don't translate it because Granny Smith just sounds like stupid in Turkish, obviously, and then you localize it. So the people I worked with at Peak Games, look it up, awesome mobile and social games. They realized, hey, this guy has an understanding of the process, which comes from the energy business, so he can actually run this process. So I was the 11th hire.
Okay.
It was a startup in Istanbul. We were basically in a flat by the seaside. The awesome thing about Istanbul is that a lot of places by the seaside. And then when I left, how long later? Maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years later, we were 130 people.
All right.
Had already maybe 5 in the top 50 list of Facebook games. This is happening at the height of Facebook games era.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into gaming, basically.
Okay. And after that?
After that, because I really liked the startup environment. Crytek had just opened their offices in Istanbul for publishing operations. So we started as a team of 6.
Okay.
By maybe about a year after that, I came to work for Crytek Frankfurt, and I like Germany, so I decided to stay in Germany and join these beautiful people in this kind of green. You guys have no idea how green this office is, by the way. They do.
We show pictures every chance we get.
It's like pistachio. Somebody basically said let's make this into a pistachio base. But so I decided to stay in Germany, and I like this size team. I like the fact that this everybody has been. I will tell you one thing about Black Forest Games that you may not know. I keep looking here.
Yeah.
One of the questions you ask when you want to find out about a team that you would be interested to work with is how long people have been working in this particular company. On average, I heard the answer, it's about, there are people who have been working together for 15 years. There are people who have been working for 2 years also, so the average is 5 plus. It's awesome. And in the gaming industry, it is rare because it's a very mobile, you move a lot, you go where the work is, but I find that really, really appealing about Black Forest. What was I talking about?
How long we stick together.
Yes, exactly. So they're gonna have to deal with my ugly mug for 5 plus years at least. So if I can find an apartment.
You will.
Otherwise, there's a couch.
Yeah.
You see what I have to deal with every day. It's only 9 days I've been here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's a comfortable couch.
Yeah, it is. So
you can't sell me that couch.
We need to do one short thing because we have technical issues again. We do? Yeah, I knew it would
there's
happen.
A flashing symbol.
I knew it would happen.
The camera is empty.
The camera is almost empty, so we will go to the main webcam, which is located right there. And
switch out.
Yeah, and now you see the lights and the setup and the room and me going there and changing the battery. While these two...
What am I supposed to do?
Look at the camera.
There's Dennis Firas, or another Turkish guy in the company. He asked.
Who?
On Facebook.
On Facebook?
There.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's my, it's my colleague. Deniz Fırat, is that the new Turkish guy? Yes, that would be me. From Istanbul. Where's the camera? Yes.
There's the camera.
From Istanbul, thank you very much. From the Anatolian side, we support Fenerbahçe, but that's besides the point. And hello, Stefan. Mr. Heinrich, he's an extremely talented artist. Say hi back, dude.
So you invited your fan club?
No,
No.
I didn't even. Actually, this may make me sound like a 16-year-old boy, but my mom is gonna be pretty. My mom will be pretty pissed that she didn't even know about this. So.
Oh.
About the live show?
Yeah.
Oh, we can. Oh, sorry.
And come back on next.
We can do that.
Okay, are you guys gonna pay me? If we get extra like exposure, do I get something? Because apparently I'm the new thing.
Yes, you turn
right
the
now.
camera.
Yeah, I'm turn the camera. So
See, camera looks to me.
Yeah, it's okay.
that's okay. So, in which division? Lucas asked, in which division is he working? So he is
I'm
the top division. So
no,
to
no,
say.
no, no. So, development director is the guy who kind of oversees production.
Mhm.
So I don't have much to do with business. I don't have much to do with marketing. But it's kind of my job to tell him when he's doing something really kooky, or tell the more business guys or the more upper management to tell them that this is a risk, this is feasible, this is so on and so forth. This is of course a very broad explanation of it, but it's production. It's about production. Yeah.
So Sven. Hi Sven. I think you know him too.
I can't see what you're talking about, man. Oh, hey, this is Sven Schmidt. Yes. Yeah. Hello, Sven. Very good marketing person. Not to make this guy jealous, but you know.
Okay.
You know him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since he was 12.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Ooh.
Mm. I could tell stories.
We
I
will.
won't. Yeah, we
Not
will
live,
when
not
the
live.
camera is off.
Yes.
Sorry, Sven.
That time we were in Las Vegas.
What? Yeah. So actually, I'm out of questions. Really. But maybe you guys have one. Nice to see a new dev director at BFG from Siderich.
Thank you.
So it's kind of a class reunion. Siderich used to work here.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the developers. He's now, where is he?
Splash damage.
Splash Damage.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, that's one of the low points in our field when we're out of topics.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game? Video game. Chess. She will say.
Hard question. There's so many.
You think about yours in the meantime.
Ah, so many.
Currently, I'm investing way too much time into Final Fantasy 14, so I guess I have to say that.
Okay, well, good choice at least. Yeah. How about you?
Mine's at the moment is Daisy, actually.
Lame. Ah, that's awesome. That's, no. It's to each his own,
Yeah.
as they say.
Thing is, it fascinates me the most at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the other players.
Yeah, right. You would think that people would be helpful or whatever in a.
Yeah, they're not.
Do you guys? Was it Daisy where there was these like there's always these like little scenarios that two friends do cook up for like totally random strangers to get his gear at the end of the day.
That all can happen every
What's
day.
the weirdest thing that happened to you on Daisy?
The weirdest thing was what happened.
Or
on
the
Daisy.
weirdest thing you did? to other people, you bad person?
I'm a good person, always have been. So I will only tell you the weirdest thing that happened to me was I met this guy and he didn't kill me right away.
Okay.
So
that already sounds unusual.
yeah,
I met this person and he did not kill me right away.
Yeah. So
Famous last words.
No, it wasn't. Not that much.
Okay.
But and it was in one of the bigger towns. Was in Electro, and Electro is a battlefield.
Okay.
So usually, if you meet someone there, either run or fight. So I was trustworthy. He had good gear. I wanted to steal it. And we talked, and then we saw a corpse in one of the hallways, and I was like, "Oh, look, a corpse!" And he put on his mask and was like, "Yes, that was me."
Oh.
And his voice changed, and that's the fun part in DayZ. You have voice chat, so his voice changed into that was me. And I was like, "Oh shit!" It's the only game where my adrenaline peaks, where my heart pumps in situations like that. And
You should just shoot them then.
yeah, I couldn't because the thing is I hadn't had my weapon ready, and even if I did, it wouldn't be of much use because it was only bluffing because there was no ammunition.
I see. Yes.
So he took his axe, and I ran. And
well, it's kind of unlikely that he doesn't have ammunition on his axe, but
yeah, but he can hit you pretty hard. So and he followed me, and I got away.
Okay, that's good for you. The weirdest thing, I have very special memories with this game because a few former colleagues of mine used to play this game all the time in during lunch break. So as I'm walking by their desk, I see like two British guys giggling in front of a screen. I'm like, what are you guys doing? So this is what they did. I don't know the game much.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's a very awesome social experiment about how good people can be, but that's besides the point. So they were in this like kind of abandoned airfield or whatever, and then the airfield had one main building, and they saw two guys get into the building. Right? They were apparently playing together because they peacefully went into the building together. So my friends follow these two guys, but they take off all of their clothing. So they're naked. So as they're naked with the voice chat, they start screaming off the top of their lungs and start chasing each other in the building. And the other guys catch wind of this and they don't know what to do. So they run towards them, they run without, and then they run out of the building afterwards. And then they're still screaming, by the way. And they're waiting outside the building. The two guys who originally went in, the strangers, they come out naked and they start screaming and running towards them too. So they made I believe the technical term is a train. So they made a
Yes.
naked people train. I think one of them still had a helmet.
Yeah.
They made a naked people train and start running in one direction until they came to a town or whatever, and then there were like 3 more people who were actually trying to kill each other. So seeing 4 guys naked coming screaming, they lay down their arms and they go, well, why
not?
Why be hostile? So they take off their clothing and they run around naked too. This is the kind of game that I really like watching, but I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it. It's just like funny shit happen constantly in this game. That's why I love hearing DayZ stories. In comparison, though, I'm a troll. In comparison, your story was very much underwhelming.
It was, yes.
So you need to play it more. You need to come up with like this one crazy thing, and you need to promise. You need to promise the people who are watching that you're gonna have a kick-ass story in 2 weeks' time.
Alright.
This is also part of what I do. I tell people what they are supposed to do, because he's marketing. I'm just giving him a recommendation. So you guys like click likes and shares and make it seem like I did something good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
So what does the chat say? I see. some
chat
comment.
say, anomaly. Misha, did you dig up my email yet? I wrote it to info@bfgames.biz. All right. Have to check with Adrian actually because
he has the info.
he has the info address. Way too much time. I think no, that's
Let's see, commenting on my Final Fantasy playtime experience because we play together for
Right.
how long? 1.5 years now. So
Do you guys also run around naked screaming?
Nope.
Oh, it's not that kind of game. Okay,
No.
sorry.
That's not that. How do you create a paper prototype? Can you show us one you've built? What other kinds of prototypes are there?
Okay. How do you create a paper prototype? What kind of a game? You're right there, so tell me. What kind of a game do you want? Tell me.
Now we have to wait
It
15
will-
seconds.
yeah,
Oh.
it will take
Okay,
a while.
then
In
I
the
will go-
meantime, there's another question on Facebook.
Yeah, Lucas Tuberman on Facebook asks, what games have you worked on? To the new guy. The new guy is Onuhan, and he's our new development director.
Okay. So I'll just say about a dozen social and mobile games, half of which have been pretty successful, and 3 of them are still ongoing. In Crytek, I worked at Warface in a distributed development environment. If you really want to know, tell me what it means. If you really want to know what it means, just tell me. And then I worked on Warface 360. I worked on a couple of projects that were prototyped, pitched, etc. As well as before I came here, I worked heavily on VR. So I was the lead producer on the Climb from Crytek for Oculus Rift. And I was the producer on, not the producer, my colleague was the lead producer, but I was the producer for also Robinson the Journey for PSVR and now for Steam. That's it, I guess. The first part of the background is very much on board games, poker games, farming games. Don't make fun. They make a ton of fulfillment.
Money.
Money.
No, it's fulfillment. It's emotional.
Of course.
It's yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the list basically.
That's the list. Wow, that's a lot, says Lucas. And Anomaly has
Thank you.
to think about it for a second and says, there it is. How about a breakdance game for mobile where you draw a line that transfers into physics that hit the dancer and you're supposed to make him dance super awesome without him falling on his nose? It's
Okay.
a question of Anomaly.
All
on
right.
Twitch.
So you already gave the information for a platform, which is a mobile. So that means that you're gonna be playing with your finger because just keep in mind for mobile experiences, virtual joysticks and buttons don't really work. How would I prototype this on paper? I would actually draw it. So you would basically scale up the mobile phone and then take it. I'm very verbose, by the way. How much detail do you want, dude?
15 seconds. Well,
Okay. Anyway.
I answered Daniel Rottinger's question. Have you got a Switch dev kit? He asks on
Nope.
Facebook. Nope, we don't.
And I think we won't get one either. I don't think there's a plan to get one, as far as I know.
Can't tell.
But we do get a PS4 dev kit. The
We-
PS4
Pro.
Plus Pro. That one.
Pro
Thank you.
dev kits. We got. Yeah.
Neo.
According to Switch dev kits, nope, we don't. And
Ha.
as much detail as you like to give me.
Okay. Scale up an iPhone screen to somewhere close to an A4. Try to find the right size for the character that you want to breakdance. Start with a stick figure, small head, because a head will be too large on a stick figure. You cannot accentuate the rest. Think of what you would do with your hand, with the tip of your finger, basically. And then for physics, you're going to end up having to use an engine like Unity. So you may want to take it up further on Unity. But quite honestly, for this particular game, a paper prototype, I don't necessarily see how it can be done. Keep in mind, I am not a game designer. Usually game designers or system designers do learn in school. Back in my time, we didn't have game schools. How to do paper prototypes for different things. And if you're asking me the answer to your homework, you're a bad person. The internet would know too, probably. Maybe that's a very interesting idea. Drag and drop the stick figure and smoosh him around, but you may end up discovering pretty fast that you're not using most of the screen estate, because a breakdancer does his stuff on the gravity on the floor, so you may want to think of an isometric view, etc. So I don't know how to make a paper prototype for that, but I do know which programmer and which game designer to ask to come up with one, and I know how to budget it.
Well, that's your job, so there you go.
Thank you. There you go.
So, somehow the stream on Facebook froze. Nah. We're still here, but
You just have to hit play, but never mind.
oh, no, yes, like that. Nevertheless, we are at the end of our show. Once again. So thank you for watching. It's getting more crowded on Facebook, so Twitch guys, do something. And yeah, we see you next week. And next week we will have Schmidty again on the show. He's a fun guy, but they know him. And maybe Vincent, and they will talk to us about Rockstompers, the experiment. So see you next week. Have a nice day, evening, and
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Bye bye.
See you guys. Dankeschön.